Question 1. A notary signing agent, NSA, arrives at a signing appointment and finds the borrower is not the person identified on the loan documents, though they share the same last name. What is the NSA's appropriate course of action? A. Proceed with the signing, but make a note in the journal about the discrepancy. B. Contact the contracting company, lender/title, immediately for guidance. C. Ask the borrower to provide additional forms of identification until a match is found. D. Complete the signing with the available individual to avoid delaying the closing. Answer: B. Contact the contracting company, lender/title, immediately for guidance. A notary signing agent's primary duty is to verify the identity of the signer using acceptable forms of identification to ensure the person signing is the person named in the documents. If the individual present is not the one named in the loan documents, even with a shared last name, the NSA must never proceed with the signing. The correct action is to immediately contact the contracting company, such as the title company or lender, to report the discrepancy and await their instructions, as only they can authorize changes or provide clarification. Your role is to ensure proper identification, not to make assumptions or resolve identity issues on your own. Question 2. When a notary signing agent, NSA, is presenting the closing disclosure, CD, to a borrower, what is the appropriate role for the NSA? A. Explain each line item and compare it to the loan estimate. B. Direct the borrower to review the document and sign where indicated. C. Advise the borrower on the implications of the loan terms presented. D. Confirm that the borrower understands all charges and credits. Answer: B. Direct the borrower to review the document and sign where indicated. The closing disclosure, CD, is a critical document detailing all loan terms and costs, and while a notary signing agent facilitates its signing, the NSA's role is strictly limited to an impartial witness. It is inappropriate and often constitutes the unauthorized practice of law to explain specific line items, offer advice, or confirm the borrower's understanding of financial terms. The NSA should simply present the document, instruct the borrower to review it, and direct them to the appropriate signature lines, advising them to contact their lender or title company if they have any questions or concerns. Your responsibility is to ensure the document is properly executed, not to interpret its financial details. Question 3. A notary signing agent, NSA, is asked by a borrower during a loan signing appointment, "What interest rate did I get?" How should the NSA respond? A. Point to the interest rate on the promissory note and read it aloud. B. Advise the borrower that they need to ask their loan officer or lender. C. Explain how fixed versus adjustable interest rates work generally. D. Inform the borrower that NSAs are not permitted to discuss loan terms. Answer: B. Advise the borrower that they need to ask their loan officer or lender. A notary signing agent must never provide any explanation or interpretation of loan terms, including interest rates, as this would be considered the unauthorized practice of law. The NSA's role is solely to facilitate the signing process, verify identities, administer oaths, and ensure documents are properly executed and returned. If a borrower asks questions about loan terms, the NSA should always direct them to their loan officer, lender, or the title company, who are qualified to provide such information and explanations. Remember, your expertise is in the Notarial Act, not in offering financial or legal advice. Question 4. During a loan signing, a borrower expresses concern that they do not recognize a particular fee on the closing disclosure. What should the notary signing agent, NSA, do? A. Look up the fee in a reference guide and explain its purpose. B. Contact the loan officer or title company on the borrower's behalf. C. Advise the borrower to call their lender or title company directly for clarification. D. Suggest signing the document and raising the issue later after funding. Answer: C. Advise the borrower to call their lender or title company directly for clarification. When a borrower expresses confusion or concern about loan document details, such as an unfamiliar fee on the closing disclosure, a notary signing agent must not attempt to explain or interpret the item. Providing such explanations would be crossing the line into the unauthorized practice of law or financial advice. The appropriate action is to instruct the borrower to contact their loan officer, lender, or the title company directly to get the necessary clarification before proceeding with the signing. Your role is to remain an impartial witness, not a financial advisor. Question 5. A notary signing agent, NSA, has completed a loan signing and is preparing the documents for return. Which of the following is the most important step for secure document handling? A. Make a full copy of all signed documents for the NSA's records. B. Immediately scan key documents and upload them to a personal cloud storage. C. Ensure all sensitive documents are securely packaged and promptly shipped as instructed. D. Shred any unsigned or duplicate documents before leaving the borrower's home. Answer: C. Ensure all sensitive documents are securely packaged and promptly shipped as instructed. After a loan signing, the most crucial step for a notary signing agent is the secure handling and timely return of the executed documents to the contracting company. This involves carefully packaging all signed sensitive documents, such as the promissory note and deed of trust, according to the specific instructions provided by the title company or lender, and shipping them promptly via the designated method, example overnight courier. Maintaining the chain of custody and protecting the borrower's sensitive personally identifiable information, PI, during transit is paramount. Always prioritize the secure and timely return of original documents. Question 6. A notary signing agent, NSA, arrives at a borrower's home and finds a witness is required for the deed of trust, but no witness is present. What should the NSA do? A. Ask a neighbor or family member not involved in the loan to serve as a witness. B. Instruct the borrower to sign the document and tell them to find a witness later. C. Contact the contracting company, lender/title, immediately for instructions. D. Act as the witness themselves, as NSAs are typically allowed to do so. Answer: C. Contact the contracting company, lender/title, immediately for instructions. If a loan document, such as a deed of trust, requires a witness and one is not present at the signing, the notary signing agent must not proceed without clarification. It is inappropriate to find an unvetted third party to act as a witness or to tell the borrower to obtain a witness signature later. The correct procedure is to immediately contact the contracting company, the title company or lender, to report the situation and receive specific instructions on how to proceed. This ensures compliance with all loan terms and legal requirements for document execution. Question 7. A notary signing agent, NSA, needs to make a journal entry for a loan signing. Which detail is always required to be recorded in the journal for each notarial act performed? A. The type of loan being signed, example refinance, purchase. B. The fee charged for the notary signing agent service. C. The method used to verify the signer's identity. D. The full address of the signing location. Answer: C. The method used to verify the signer's identity. Every notarial act requires a journal entry, and a fundamental component of that entry is recording how the signer's identity was established. This includes detailing the type of identification presented, example California driver's license, U.S. passport, its issuing agency, and often the serial number. This information is crucial for maintaining a reliable record of the notarial act and for protecting against fraud. While other details like the fee or location may be recorded for business purposes, the method of identification is a core statutory requirement for the notarial act itself. Question 8. What is the primary purpose of the notice of right to cancel document in a loan signing package? A. To inform the borrower about the loan's fixed interest rate. B. To provide the borrower with an opportunity to rescind, cancel, certain refinance transactions within a specific time frame. C. To outline the borrower's responsibilities for timely loan payments. D. To detail all the closing costs associated with the loan. Answer: B. To provide the borrower with an opportunity to rescind, cancel, certain refinance transactions within a specific time frame. The notice of right to cancel, often called the right of rescission, is a critical consumer protection document typically included in refinance transactions involving a borrower's primary residence. Its purpose is to grant the borrower a statutory, cooling-off period, usually 3 business days, during which they can cancel the loan without penalty. This allows borrowers time to reconsider the transaction after signing before the loan becomes fully binding. As an NSA, your role is to ensure the borrower receives the correct number of copies and understands this right exists, directing any questions about its execution to the lender. Question 9. Before departing for a loan signing appointment, what is the most important step for a notary signing agent, NSA, to take regarding the loan documents? A. Print a duplicate set of all documents for their personal records. B. Highlight all signature and initial lines on the documents. C. Carefully review the entire package to ensure all required documents are present and correctly filled out. D. Call the borrower to confirm their understanding of the loan terms. Answer: C. Carefully review the entire package to ensure all required documents are present and correctly filled out. Thoroughly reviewing the loan document package before leaving for a signing is a critical preparatory step for a notary signing agent. This pre-check ensures that all necessary documents are included, that there are no obvious missing pages, and that fields intended to be filled in by the lender or title company, such as names, property addresses, and loan amounts, are complete and accurate. Catching errors or omissions at this stage allows for correction before the appointment, preventing delays or the need for a re-signing. Proactive document review saves time and enhances professionalism. Question 10. A notary signing agent, NSA, is performing a loan signing for a borrower who appears to be under the influence of alcohol. What should the NSA do? A. Proceed cautiously with the signing, explaining documents slowly. B. Ask a family member to co-sign the documents on behalf of the borrower. C. Terminate the signing immediately and contact the contracting company. D. Wait for a few minutes to see if the borrower's condition improves. Answer: C. Terminate the signing immediately and contact the contracting company. A notary signing agent must refuse to perform a notarial act if there is any doubt about the signer's mental capacity or willingness to sign. If a borrower appears to be under the influence of alcohol or drugs, or otherwise seems coerced or not of sound mind, they cannot legally provide informed consent for signing documents. In such a situation, the NSA must immediately terminate the signing, clearly state the reason, example, signer unable to provide clear consent, and contact the contracting company, lender/title, to report the incident. Prioritizing the integrity of the Notarial Act and protecting all parties is paramount. Question 11. What is the primary purpose of the Patriot Act form, often included in loan packages? A. To verify the borrower's eligibility for specific loan programs. B. To confirm the borrower's income for loan qualification. C. To comply with federal regulations requiring financial institutions to verify the identity of individuals. D. To establish the borrower's credit history for underwriting purposes. Answer: C. To comply with federal regulations requiring financial institutions to verify the identity of individuals. The Patriot Act, specifically the Customer Identification Program, CIP, rule, requires financial institutions to verify the identity of individuals seeking to open accounts or engage in financial transactions, including mortgage loans. The Patriot Act form in a loan package is designed to collect and confirm the borrower's identifying information, such as name, address, date of birth, and social security number, to help prevent money laundering and terrorist financing. As an NSA, you'll ensure the borrower signs this form, understanding its purpose is part of a national security initiative. Question 12. A notary signing agent, NSA, is running late for an appointment due to unforeseen traffic. What is the most professional action to take? A. Drive faster to make up for lost time, regardless of speed limits. B. Call the borrower and the contracting company immediately to inform them of the delay and estimated new arrival time. C. Text the borrower a generic apology message and plan to arrive as soon as possible. D. Arrive without notice and apologize profusely upon arrival. Answer: B. Call the borrower and the contracting company immediately to inform them of the delay and estimated new arrival time. Professional communication is key for a notary signing agent. If an NSA anticipates being late for an appointment, the most professional and respectful course of action is to immediately notify both the borrower and the contracting company, lender/title, by phone. This allows all parties to adjust their schedules accordingly and demonstrates reliability and respect for their time. Providing a revised estimated arrival time is also helpful and manages expectations effectively. Question 13. Which of the following best describes the role of a notary signing agent, NSA, during a loan signing? A. An impartial witness who facilitates the signing of loan documents and performs notarial acts. B. A financial advisor who explains loan terms and ensures the borrower understands them. C. A legal representative who reviews the loan documents for accuracy on behalf of the borrower. D. A sales agent who encourages the borrower to accept additional loan products. Answer: A. An impartial witness who facilitates the signing of loan documents and performs notarial acts. The core role of a notary signing agent is that of an impartial third party who performs essential notarial acts, such as acknowledgments and jurats, during the execution of loan documents. The NSA facilitates the signing process by verifying identities, ensuring documents are properly signed and dated, and returning the completed package. NSAs must remain strictly neutral and never provide legal advice, explain loan terms, or act as a financial advisor, as doing so would constitute the unauthorized practice of law. Question 14. A notary signing agent, NSA, is asked by a title company to print a full set of loan documents and bring them to the signing. What is a crucial security consideration for printing these documents? A. Print the documents on a public printer at a local library to save ink. B. Ensure the printer is connected to a secure, private network and all print jobs are confidential. C. Print extra copies for personal records in case the originals are lost. D. Print only the signature pages to minimize paper use. Answer: B. Ensure the printer is connected to a secure, private network and all print jobs are confidential. When printing sensitive loan documents containing personally identifiable information, PII, a notary signing agent must prioritize security. Using a printer connected to a secure, private network, like a home or dedicated office network, minimizes the risk of unauthorized access to the data. It's also crucial to ensure that print jobs are not stored unencrypted on the printer's hard drive or accessible by others, protecting the borrower's privacy. Printing at public locations or on insecure networks poses significant data breach risks. Question 15. What should a notary signing agent, NSA, do if a borrower refuses to sign one of the required loan documents? A. Advise the borrower that the loan cannot close without all signatures. B. Sign the document on behalf of the borrower to keep the signing on schedule. C. Terminate the signing and immediately inform the contracting company. D. Offer to explain the document in detail until the borrower agrees to sign. Answer: C. Terminate the signing and immediately inform the contracting company. If a borrower refuses to sign any required loan document, a notary signing agent must not pressure them, sign for them, or offer legal explanations to coerce a signature. The NSA's role is to facilitate the signing, not to enforce it. The appropriate action is to respectfully terminate the signing, gather all unsigned documents, and immediately contact the contracting company, lender/title, to report the refusal and await their instructions. The borrower has the right to refuse to sign any document. Question 16. What is the purpose of the deed of trust or mortgage in a loan signing package? A. it is the promise to repay the loan and states the loan amount and interest rate. B. It is the document that secures the loan against the property as collateral. C. It outlines the closing costs and charges associated with the loan. D. It provides the borrower with the right to cancel the loan within a specific time frame. Answer: B. It is the document that secures the loan against the property as collateral. The deed of trust, or mortgage, depending on the state, is a crucial security instrument in a real estate loan. Its primary purpose is to pledge the borrower's property as collateral for the loan, giving the lender a lien on the property. This means that if the borrower defaults on the loan, the lender has a legal claim to the property to recover their investment. Understanding its function helps the notary signing agent explain what the document is, without explaining how it works in detail. Question 17. How should a notary signing agent, NSA, handle a situation where a loan document has a minor, non-notarized error, such as a misspelled street name in the property description? A. The NSA should correct the error by neatly striking through it and initialing the change. B. The NSA should instruct the borrower to correct the error and initial it. C. The NSA should contact the contracting company, lender/title, for instructions. D. The NSA should ignore the error if it does not affect the notarized section. Answer: C. The NSA should contact the contracting company, lender/title, for instructions. Even minor errors on loan documents, especially property details, can have significant implications for the loan's validity. A notary signing agent must never attempt to correct errors, instruct borrowers to correct errors, or ignore them, regardless of whether they are in a notarized section or not. The correct procedure is to immediately contact the contracting company, such as the title company or lender, to report the discrepancy and receive specific instructions on how to proceed. Only the originating party can authorize corrections to loan documents. Question 18. Upon receiving a loan signing assignment, what should a notary signing agent, NSA, always confirm with the contracting company, example title company or signing service? A. The borrower's full credit history. B. The exact amount of the NSA's payment for the signing. C. Any specific instructions for document handling, scanning, or shipping. D. The full legal names of the loan officers involved. Answer: C. Any specific instructions for document handling, scanning, or shipping. Before accepting and completing a loan signing assignment, a notary signing agent must confirm all specific instructions provided by the contracting company. This includes critical details such as whether to scan specific documents back, which shipping carrier to use, the deadline for returning documents, and any special handling requests for certain forms. Clarifying these instructions up front prevents errors, ensures timely closing, and meets the expectations of the title company or lender. Always confirm logistics to ensure a smooth return of documents. Question 19. A notary signing agent, NSA, is presenting the borrower's affidavit document. What is the NSA's role regarding this document? A. To explain each statement within the affidavit to ensure the borrower understands its legal implications. B. To ensure the borrower signs the affidavit, which typically involves swearing or affirming the truthfulness of its contents before the NSA. C. To advise the borrower on whether they should agree to the statements in the affidavit. D. To confirm that the borrower has all the necessary documentation to support the statements made in the affidavit. Answer: B. To ensure the borrower signs the affidavit, which typically involves swearing or affirming the truthfulness of its contents before the NSA. The borrower's affidavit is a sworn statement where the borrower attests to the truthfulness of certain facts or conditions related to the loan or property. A notary signing agent's role is to administer the oath or affirmation, ensuring the borrower understands they are swearing under penalty of perjury, and then to witness and notarize their signature. The NSA must not explain the affidavit's specific statements, offer legal advice, or verify the truth of the contents themselves. Your duty is to perform the Notarial Act, confirming the identity of the signer and their willingness to swear or affirm. Question 20. What is the purpose of a jurat notarial certificate? A. To verify that the signer voluntarily signed the document. B. To certify that the signer swore or affirmed to the truthfulness of the document's contents. C. To confirm that the document is a true copy of an original. D. To acknowledge that the signer signed the document in the notary's presence. Answer: B. To certify that the signer swore or affirmed to the truthfulness of the document's contents. A jurat is a specific type of notarial certificate used when the signer must swear or affirm to the truthfulness of the contents of a document. For a jurat, the signer must personally appear before the notary, be identified, and then take an oath or affirmation administered by the notary, attesting that the statements in the document are true. The notary then witnesses the signer's signature on the document. This is distinct from an acknowledgement, which simply confirms the identity of the signer and their voluntary signature. Question 21. When reviewing the loan package, a notary signing agent, NSA, notices that the name of one of the borrowers on a document is misspelled, but the identification matches the correct spelling. What is the appropriate action? A. Have the borrower sign the document with the misspelled name as it appears. B. Ask the borrower to correct the misspelling and initial the change. C. Contact the contracting company, title company or lender, immediately for guidance. D. Proceed with the signing, noting the discrepancy in the notary journal. Answer: C. Contact the contracting company, title company or lender, immediately for guidance. Discrepancies in names, even minor misspellings, on loan documents can cause significant issues during loan funding or recording. A notary signing agent must never allow the borrower to make corrections to the loan documents themselves or proceed with a document containing an error. The correct action is to immediately notify the contracting company, the title company or lender, of the discrepancy. They are the only ones authorized to provide instructions on how to handle such errors, which may involve issuing a corrected document. Question 22. What is the significance of the wet signature requirement in many loan signings? A. It allows for digital copies of signatures to be used for faster processing. B. It refers to the use of a traditional pen and ink signature, requiring the physical presence of the signer. C. It indicates that a document can be signed electronically via a secure online platform. D. It means the document must be signed while the notary is present via video conference. Answer: B. It refers to the use of a traditional pen and ink signature, requiring the physical presence of the signer. In many loan signings, particularly for critical documents like the promissory note and deed of trust, a wet signature is required. This term refers to the traditional, physical act of signing a document with a pen, creating an original, ink signature. This typically necessitates the physical presence of the signer before the notary signing agent. The requirement for wet signatures ensures authenticity and is often a legal necessity for documents that will be recorded or are central to the loan agreement. Question 23. A notary signing agent, NSA, completes a signing at 8 p.m. on a Friday. The instructions require documents to be shipped via overnight courier. What is the NSA's responsibility regarding shipping? A. Ship the documents on Monday morning, as courier offices are closed on weekends. B. Hold the documents until the next business day to ensure they don't sit in a warehouse over the weekend. C. Locate the nearest courier drop-off point that accepts packages after business hours or on weekends and ship immediately. D. Scan all documents and email them to the title company as an alternative to shipping. Answer: C. Locate the nearest courier drop-off point that accepts packages after business hours or on weekends and ship immediately. Prompt return of signed loan documents is critical to ensuring the loan funds on time and avoiding costly delays. If instructions require overnight shipping, a notary signing agent must ensure documents are shipped as quickly as possible, typically the same day as the signing, even if it means using a late night or weekend drop-off location. Delaying shipment until the next business day without explicit permission from the contracting company could lead to the loan not funding on schedule, causing inconvenience and potential financial penalties for the borrower and lender. Question 24. What is the primary ethical consideration for a notary signing agent, NSA, when dealing with a borrower who asks for advice on which loan option to choose? A. The NSA must always provide the best financial advice based on their experience. B. The NSA must remain impartial and avoid giving any financial or legal advice. C. The NSA should refer the borrower to a trusted financial planner. D. The NSA is obligated to explain the pros and cons of each loan option. Answer. B. The NSA must remain impartial and avoid giving any financial or legal advice. A notary signing agent's role is to facilitate the signing of documents and perform notarial acts, not to provide financial or legal counsel. Giving advice on loan options, even if well-intentioned, constitutes the unauthorized practice of law and can lead to serious legal and ethical repercussions. The NSA must maintain strict impartiality throughout the signing process. If a borrower seeks advice, the NSA should politely remind them that their role is limited to witnessing signatures and direct them to their lender or financial advisor. Question 25. A notary signing agent, NSA, receives an instruction sheet for a signing that states, "Fax back the right to cancel form immediately after signing." What is the main reason for this specific instruction? A. To allow the lender to begin processing the loan before the original documents arrive. B. To confirm that the borrower has received and understood their right to rescind the loan, starting the rescission period. C. To provide proof that the NSA completed the signing appointment. D. To facilitate early funding of the loan by showing all documents are signed. Answer. B. To confirm that the borrower has received and understood their right to rescind the loan, starting the rescission period. The instruction to immediately fax or scan back the right to cancel form is crucial because it often marks the official start of the rescission period for certain refinance transactions. Lenders and title companies need immediate confirmation that the borrower has received their 2 copies of this notice. This allows the clock on the 3-business-day rescission period to begin, which is a critical consumer protection requirement before the loan can officially fund. Promptly sending this document back is essential for compliance and timely closing.